Good evening, friends. Arthur Q. Travesty here with you again. I'm your host. You are my parasites. And I want to thank all you parasites who have subscribed. And shame all of you who haven't subscribed. Down here, below. No, not you, camera 3. I mean the audience. Down here, below my feet, is a little button that says subscribe. Subscribe it. Put your finger on the little button and join me, darlings. Anyway, tonight, I wanted to talk about some of the stuff that I found while yard sailing. You never found it, you found it. Like it comes from a fountain of goodies. And I've got some wonderful objets this week, some beautiful things. For one thing, you all know that I'm trying to cope with devastating mental illness. And so they said, Art, you need a coping mechanism. I found one. Hey, number one, coping mechanism. And it copes away, man. All right, that's fine. I saw this movie with some funky dude on a tricycle. I'm going to give that a shot. But I found some other things too, some beauties. For one thing, okay, I sell on eBay. People say, oh, from a non-smoking home, from a home with no pets. Okay, my stuff comes from homes with smoking pets. And that's all right, because, again, I found a lady who was selling her dead mother's cigarette tobacco and cigarette machine makings, and I bought 1.5 pounds of tobacco and the papers that go with it and everything. I can smoke myself to Palookaville. There's only one little problem. The lady had either had ants or wasps or spideys or something. And please don't poison spiders, they're kind to us. But she probably had ants all over the tables because she had sprayed the tables with, when I smoked it, I was like, I've had this taste in my mouth before. Insecticide. It's an organophosphate insecticide. And, let me tell you, that stuff is pretty potent. I'm going to smoke all my tobacco that way from now on. I find other things as I go along. For instance, now here's a beautiful thing. Here's something I will not part with. This is a motivational plaque sold in Biloxi, Mississippi, undoubtedly during the Vietnam era days, during the Vietnam War. And it mentions that famous campaign in Vietnam, winning hearts and minds, which replaced search and destroy. And so here's a beautiful thing, and camera 3, if you can come on in on that. Is that not? Oh. See that there? Okay, take a look. And it's a loose translation. Let's see. It says, and hold it right there, Gichi gumi grabum testes cardio imindo pronto accompagnio. And someone has provided you with an English translation below that. When you have a man by the, and I cannot read that word, his heart and mind will follow, or words to that effect. I am so keeping that, because imagine having this as the Viet Cong breach the wire. This would comfort you. So I like that thing. And often I will buy other things that I don't need. I have dozens and dozens and dozens of these. These are old-time telephone insulators. I've got Brookfield, I've got Hemingway, not Ernest Hemingway, but Hemingway insulators. Why? You know, I mean, some of the old ones are really cool and they have like pennies or a nail or something stuck in them. Mine are just normal. Some have pot stones, some have bubbles. But I like them because every time I see one of these little guys at a yard sale, somehow I hear him saying, exterminate, exterminate, exterminate. You know they look like it, don't you? And one day you can buy homemade Dalek insulators on the Art Travesty Show. That's coming on my Etsy shop, The Time Lord Emporium. But to close out tonight's show, a couple of things. I buy things on eBay sometimes. And one thing I found, and it was beauty, was a 1952 pith helmet. And you know I love the pith helmet. Now this thing was on eBay. It said, marked IBTF, many signatures signed with dates in 1952. So I looked it up, you know, what is IBTF when this thing was running? And I found the Infantry Battalion Task Force, sorely pressed by the communist North Korean forces in the Korean War. And I'm like, dude, military pith helmet, they didn't really need it in the snow, but WTF, I want it. And so I bid it up, and I paid high for this. I paid, you know, a lot of money, almost $10. And it come in the, and shipping, and it come in the mail, and I looked at it, and I'm like, yes, IBTF, Infantry Battalion Task Force. And then I noticed that all the signatures were from women. And it said, like, you know, keep on twirling in 52, and you're the best twirler in the world. And I looked again, and actually this helmet was from the International Baton Twirling Federation. But a little more research revealed that the International Baton Twirling Federation kicked the ass of the Infantry Battalion Task Force in a pitch twirling competition. So I was glad I had it, and that was cool. And now finally we're going to close out tonight by saying I am a hoarder, and this is a little bit dangerous if you live this lifestyle. If you go and buy things for resale, you find things that you cannot part with. And I found something. I mean, this thing, I saw one of these going for 60 bucks on the bay. I paid $5. But tell me, would not this tempt the saint? So, dear friends, to conclude, the last item on tonight's agenda, I found me these Jiffy toothache drops. Look at that pharmaceutical medical bottle that's still got the bottle, the original toothpick, the original little piece of cotton to stick in your rotten tooth. Cause when them wisdom teeth get rotten, you gotta stuff them with this cotton. And the cotton is soaked with alcohol and chloroform. Well, alcohol and chloroform's enough, ain't it? I feel my tooth getting sore already. So friends, tonight I have tried to bring to you a little something about piracy, the bay, hoarding, and things we love. Because remember, the whole point of life is how much stuff do we have? Call me a hoarder, I just say you don't have the stuff I have. And it's all about having that stuff. So I'm keeping mine, I'll sell you yours, and you go find some of your own. Arthur Q. Travesty saying goodbye now. Daniel, you wrote in asking, what does the Q stand for in Arthur Q. Travesty? Tonight's the big reveal. Wouldn't you like to know?